The Missing Message. Chapter 1, The Mysterious Note. Sophia sat at her usual table in the small cafe. She loved this place. It was quiet, warm, and perfect for studying English. Every afternoon, she spent an hour practicing. She read books, wrote new words in her notebook, and listened to conversations around her. Today, she felt proud. She had learned 10 new words and even practiced speaking with the barista. "One cappuccino, please," she had said. It was a small step, but it made her happy. As she packed her things, something caught her eye. A small folded paper was inside her bag. Strange. She didn't remember putting anything there. Slowly, she unfolded the note. The handwriting was messy. Some words were in English, but others were in a language she didn't know. She read the first line. "Find the truth where words meet." Her heart beat faster. What does this mean? She read it again, whispering the words. Speaker high volume repeat after Sophia, "Find the truth where words meet." She looked around. The cafe was almost empty. The barista, Tom, was cleaning the counter. A woman in red headphones was typing on her laptop. An old man was reading a book in the corner. Who left this note? And why? Sophia checked the back of the paper. Nothing. Just those words. Was it a mistake? Or was it for her? She read it one more time, trying to understand. Speaker high volume, now you try. Find the truth where words meet. She had to find out what it meant. But where should she start? What do you think? Who left the note? What does it mean? To be continued. Chapter 2, A Clue in the Books. Sophia sat at her desk, staring at the mysterious note. She read it again. Find the truth where words meet. What did it mean? Was it about books? A dictionary? A place where people talk? She took a deep breath. I need help, she thought. Sophia grabbed her bag and walked to the bookstore near the cafe. Inside, the smell of old paper and coffee filled the air. Books were everywhere, on shelves, tables, and even the floor. A young man stood behind the counter, reading a thick book. Sophia approached him. Excuse me, she said. Can you help me? The man looked up and smiled. Of course. What do you need? Sophia showed him the note. Do you know what this means? She asked. The man read it and nodded. It's in English, but some words are strange. Sophia pointed to a word she didn't understand. What does this mean? The man thought for a second. It means where things connect. Maybe it's a place? Sophia's eyes widened. A place where words meet. Could it be here? The man laughed. You know, there's a language club that meets here every week. Maybe they can help you. Sophia's heart raced. A language club? People who speak different languages? Could this be the answer? Just as she was about to leave, something caught her eye, a small book on the counter with a red bookmark. Curious, she picked it up. Inside, on the marked page, was another note. Another message. But what does it say? Can you repeat these words? Find the truth where words meet. End of Chapter 2, to be continued. Chapter 3, The Language Club. Sophia took a deep breath and stepped into the small library. The room was filled with books, warm lights, and the soft murmur of voices speaking different languages. She looked around nervously. Is this the right place? She thought. A young man with dark hair and a friendly smile noticed her hesitation. Hey! First time here? He asked. Yes, Sophia replied. I am learning English. Great! Welcome to the language club. My name is Luca, he said, offering his hand. Sophia smiled. Nice to meet you, Luca. Luca led her to a small group sitting in a circle. Each person had a name tag with their native language. A woman named Emma spoke English fluently. A man named Carlos was learning French. There was also Aya, a Japanese student practicing Spanish. Okay, let's start, Luca said. Today, we will introduce ourselves. Say your name and one fun fact about you. Sophia's heart pounded. Speaking in English in front of strangers felt scary. She listened carefully as the others spoke. Then, it was her turn. My name is Sophia, she began. I love coffee. Anne. I found a note in my bag. Everyone looked curious. A note? Emma asked. What did it say? Sophia pulled out the paper. It says, find the truth where words meet. Luca took the note and read it aloud. Find the truth where words meet. He frowned. That's interesting. This place, it's where languages meet. Sophia's eyes widened. Could this be the clue she was looking for? To be continued. Try reading these sentences aloud. My name is Sophia. I love coffee. I found a note in my bag. What did it say? End of Chapter 3.
Ei, você! Eu sei, eu estou interrompendo os seus estudos, mas olha, eu tenho uma lembrança importante para você. Eu vou deixar aqui embaixo na descrição desse vídeo um link com a mensagem 105 palavras mais frequentes para você baixar. Essas palavras são para o idioma inglês, espanhol, japonês, italiano, francês e mandarim. Essas 105 palavras foram cuidadosamente selecionadas para ajudar você a acelerar o seu aprendizado e tornar os seus estudos ainda mais eficientes. São as palavras mais usadas no dia a dia. Baixe agora mesmo e comece a usar essas palavras em suas práticas diárias. Clique no link da descrição, baixe as palavras e continue os seus estudos ainda muito mais motivado.
Chapter 4, The Hidden Place. Sophia stood in front of the old building. The address from the note led her here, but the place looked abandoned. The wooden sign above the door read Language and Culture Center. She hesitated. Was this the right place? Was this a mistake? Taking a deep breath, she pushed the door open. Inside, the air smelled of books and old paper. Shelves filled with dictionaries, grammar books, and language guides lined the walls. A small group of people sat in a corner, talking in different languages. A woman behind the counter smiled. Welcome. Can I help you? Sophia pulled out the note. I found this. I think it brought me here. The woman's eyes widened. Ah, another one. Another one? Sophia repeated. What does it mean? The woman pointed to an old wooden table in the center of the room. On it lay several similar notes, different handwriting, different languages, but all with one thing in common, a small symbol at the bottom. Sophia leaned closer. The symbol looked like a key. What does this symbol mean? She asked. The woman shook her head. That is for you to discover. Sophia frowned. But how? A voice from behind her answered, by understanding the words. She turned. A man, holding a worn book, was watching her. Who are you? Sophia asked. The man smiled. Someone looking for the same answer. Sophia's heart pounded. What did this all mean? And why were there others like her? She had to find out. What do you think the symbol means? Try saying, what does this symbol mean? Can you repeat it confidently? End of Chapter 4, to be continued. Chapter 5, The Truth in Words. Sophia held the note tightly as she walked into the small auditorium. The room was filled with people from different countries, speaking in different languages. She could hear bits of conversations in English, Spanish, French, and even Japanese. She took a deep breath. I can do this, she whispered to herself. On the stage, a man stepped forward. He was tall, with gray hair and a kind smile. The room became silent as he began to speak. Language is not just about words. It is about connection. Sophia listened carefully. She recognized many words, but some were still difficult. She focused, repeating sentences in her head. Practice every day. Use the words in real life. Mistakes are part of learning. She nodded. This was exactly what she needed to hear. Then, something caught her eye. A young man sitting 2 rows ahead held a note, the same note as hers. Her heart raced. Who is he? How did he get the same message? The speaker continued. There is one final step in your journey. He pointed to the notes in their hands. The answer is hidden in the words you already understand. Sophia looked down at the note. She read it again, slowly, focusing on every word. Find the truth where words meet. Then, the young man turned and met her eyes. He held up his note and whispered, "Let's find out together." Sophia felt a mix of fear and excitement. What did this mean? What would happen next? Can you say these phrases out loud? What do you think will happen next? End of Chapter 5, to be continued. Chapter 6, A New Journey Begins. Sophia held the note tightly in her hands. Your next language awaits. She looked up and saw the young man standing across the room, holding an identical note. He smiled and walked toward her. Did you get one too? He asked. Yes, Sophia nodded. But I don't understand. What does it mean? The young man, named Alex, chuckled. I think it's an invitation. An invitation to what? Sophia asked, curiosity growing inside her. Alex pointed to a small table in the corner of the room. On it, there was an open book with pages filled with words in different languages. A sign above it read, "A language is a door to the world." Sophia stepped closer. The book contained short phrases in English, French, Spanish, and even Chinese. She recognized some of the words from her studies. Others were new. "Look," Alex said, pointing to a sentence in French. "It says, 'Every language is a new adventure.'" Sophia repeated it slowly. "Every language is a new adventure." "Yes." Alex smiled. "We are not just learning a language. We are unlocking new opportunities, meeting new people, and discovering new places." Sophia felt something shift inside her. Learning English had started as a challenge, but now it felt like the beginning of something bigger. "Are you ready for the next step?" Alex asked. Sophia hesitated for a moment, then smiled. "Yes." "But which language should I learn next?" Alex laughed. "That's the real mystery." Sophia picked up a small envelope resting next to the book. She opened it and gasped. Inside was another note. "Your next clue is waiting, in another language. To be continued. Now it's your turn. Can you repeat this phrase? Every language is a new adventure. Say it out loud." What do you think Sophia will do next? What language should she choose? Let me know.